In Downing Street they try to avoid U-turns, but today one might have been useful, at least for the Prime Minister's jag that had a bit of a prang. No such mistake just round the corner. The Chancellor left for the Commons knowing he was about to make one of the biggest U-turns of his career to try to repair his dented reputation. He had been expected to make massive cuts to government spending while softening controversial benefit reductions.
Statement, the Chancellor of the Exchequer.
But when Mr Osborne rose to his feet, no one expected this. His tax credit cuts that had been blocked in the Lords and opposed by Tory MPs would not now happen. You can almost hear the tyres screeching.
I've had representations that these changes to tax credits should be phased in. I've listened to the concerns, I hear and understand them, and because I've been able to announce today an improvement in the public finances, the simplest thing to do is not to phase these changes in, but to avoid them altogether. Tax credits are being...
It was an extraordinary reverse gear that will leave the Chancellor breaking his own cap on welfare. And if one U-turn wasn't enough, he also surprised MPs by backing away from his much-predicted police cuts that many feared might let down Britain's guard after the Paris attacks.
But now is not the time for further police cuts. Now is the time to back our police and give them the tools to do the job. I am today announcing that there will be no cuts in the police budget at all. Mr. Speaker, the police protect us, and we are going to protect the police.
All of which was remarkably generous from a Chancellor supposed to be wielding the axe. So how's the Chancellor done it? Well, he's been lucky and got £27 billion of unexpected tax revenue. He's cutting spending by £8 billion less than he'd promised. He's raising taxes on businesses, including a £3 billion apprenticeships levy, and he's cutting other welfare such as universal credit, housing benefit and free childcare, all of which has saved him a lot of cash. So that allowed him to protect the schools budget for England, raise the state pension way above inflation, and give the NHS £6 billion up front. And as for housing, there'll be massive new subsidies to help pay for affordable homes for first-time buyers and shared ownership schemes.
So this spending review delivers a doubling of the housing budget, 400,000 new homes with extra support for London, estates regenerated, right to buy rolled out, paid for by a tax on buy-to-lets and second homes, delivered by a Conservative government committed to helping working people who want to buy their own home, for we are the builders.
But there were still £12 billion of cuts to be ground out of Whitehall, much of it coming from local government, transport and business. He also let town halls raise council tax by 2% to pay for social care.
We were elected as a one-nation government. Today we deliver the spending review of a one-nation government. The guardians of economic security, the protectors of national security, the builders of our better future, this government, the mainstream representatives of the working people of Britain.
It was a speech aimed squarely at the political centre ground that gambled on rosy financial forecasts and what the Tories see as a weak opposition.
Today, the Chancellor has been forced into a U-turn on his tax credits. And I want to congratulate the members in this House on all sides who made this happen. I want to congratulate the members in the other House as well. I'm glad he's listened to Labour and seen sense.
And he teased Mr Osborne about his enthusiasm for China's communist leaders.
To assist Comrade Osborne in his dealings with his newfound comrades, I brought him along Mao's little red book.
It was a decision that amazed Labour MPs and amused Tories.
Order! I want to hear about the contents of the book.
I thought it would come in handy for him in his new relationship.
Outside, others said that cuts meant cuts, however the Chancellor spun it.
He should have said that he's already cut enough, that there deserves to be investment in our public services and in household incomes. People have already been squeezed to the bone, and my fear is that most people won't be able to take much more.
It's quite bad. Ongoing real terms revenue cuts, the impact of the welfare changes still. He announced 12 billion out of welfare in total for many, many people in Scotland. This will be no comfort at all.
So a day of surprises here that will shape the nation's finances for years to come, and the politics too. James Lennell, BBC News, Westminster.